Good evening. Sorry, I've been MIA. So, I'm making a video about about the past jobs I've had. And my very first retail job was at the 99 cents only stores, and I was there from July of 2013 up until March of 2018. So, almost 5 years. And with that being said, I did meet some great people, and I'm still friends with them to this day. I'm still friends with them. But my time over there was like it was just comedy. I worked at the one on Hatch Road, and in the aisle, I think it's the feminine aisle, where part of the roof was like caved in because it rained. So there was like a leak and there was buckets everywhere and it was closed off and everything. So sorry, I got an itch in my eye. So it was like closed off. And, as time went on, I was just kind of like not happy there. And I kind of just was looking for something else to do. And I did apply for a manager, but they didn't want me as a manager because the store manager said that I'm involved in everyone's business when everybody at that place told their business to the world. So I was there, and then there were some leads that were kind of just writing me up for me not doing their job. And I'm not getting paid to do their job, I'm getting paid to do mine. But with that being said, it was a good retail experience and everything. But I mean, the customers were so ratchet and everything, and they were so ghetto. But for the most part, I mean, there were some good times and there was like bad times. Like, I felt I was being harassed and everything. So with that being said, yeah, it was my first job, and finally, I applied everywhere to get out. I applied at Costco. I applied at where else did I apply at? I applied at Target. I applied at Walmart. Not the best choice, but I wanted to get out of the 99 cent store. So I applied at Winco. And so, when that time was happening, I applied, I think it was in February. I applied at Winco Foods in Modesto. And, I, had the interview. I had the interview in February, and, I applied for the job in February of 2018. And I went to the interview for Winco. Like, I was picked, and I applied for the deli. So I was in the deli. And so when I was there, I got the interview, did great on my aunt's birthday. And then on sometime in March, I got a call, and it happened to be on my aunt's birthday, that I will be going to orientation on the 14th of March of 2018. So I did. And then on the 16th was my official start date to go into the department, like in the department, and work there. And so it was like a blessing, because it happened on my aunt's birthday and everything. So I was there from March of 2018 up until February of 2021. So during the almost 3 years of me being there, I met some really amazing people. I worked in a department full of women, and when I first got there, I was very timid just because those women have been there longer and they know what they're talking about and they know what they're doing. So I'm a very much of a introvert. So when there's like people sitting together, I kind of go off into the corner and be by myself. Because growing up, I was mostly alone. For a good part of my life, I was alone. So I was very used to being alone. So, one day I happened to go upstairs to the break room and I see the girls from my department kind of sitting together on one side of the table. And I sat on the other side of the table alone, and I heard one of the girls say, well, she's in our department. Why doesn't she come sit with us? I'm not the type of person where I'm going to go, hey, because I'm very quiet and I like to keep to myself and very introverted. So with that, I got picked on a lot for being that way. I got picked on for being very much different and for having a different way of thinking, which made school very unbearable for me because there were times where I just didn't want to go to school because I hated it because no one understood me. But when I was there, I met some people and I'm still friends with them till this day. And, everything was great. I worked a lot of departments in that store, except for a few. There were some that I didn't get to work in. I think I didn't work in there was 4 departments I didn't work in. I worked in all the other ones, but there was 4 I didn't get to work in. But my main department was the seafood and deli area, which I loved. I loved working in seafood because I got to see the products coming in. And my favorite part of my job of like working in the deli and opening, because I was the main opener, was that I would set up my case and I would go and break down the pallets. So that was like my favorite part. I also did the freight, which was overnight. I did freight for Variety, and freight was not my thing. I did it for 7 months and it was just tough, so I couldn't do it. So I couldn't hack it. So I went back to the deli and seafood area, and I did a lot. I fried the chicken, which was like hard because frying is hard because you have to basically do everything. Sometimes you're alone. I had help, but for the most part, I would always have share my help. What else did I do? I worked in seafood, I worked in deli, I worked in bakery for about, I would like to say, maybe 7 or 10 days. I worked there because the lady was out sick. I worked there. I worked Variety. I worked freight. I worked grocery. Bulk. I was in bulk. Which other one was I in? I was in the meat department for like a day. I was in meat. I was in, what else was I in? I was in deli, seafood, bulk, freight, grocery. I was in grocery, bakery. I was thinking a lot. Hold on, it was deli, seafood, bulk, bakery, Variety, grocery, freight, Meet. I think that's all of them I was in. I think it was like an 8 department. I think I worked in 8 or 9 departments. Can't remember, but I was in quite a few departments, mostly just deli and seafood. It was fun. In the deli area, I made everyone laugh. Like, it was like we would talk about, you know, things because we were all women. But you know, as time went on, I wanted to move up in the company, and I was good enough to do that. But unfortunately, it was my time to leave and leave Winco. As much as I didn't want to, I was really comfortable there, and I wanted to move up. I applied for the lead position, but I didn't get it. But I mean, I think if management was different, I would have stayed. But I felt like I was discriminated by the store manager, who happened to be a Caucasian female, because she didn't like certain ethnic people because of their ethnicity and race. She only liked other people, and I felt like she was racist towards me, and I had to get a lawyer to go after the company, and Winco does not want to give me my settlement. So Winco, if you're watching this, please give me my settlement, or else more lawyers have to get involved. So that's the tea on that. So shortly after I left Winco in February of 2021, which was COVID, like that was the lockdown. That was when we were on the stay-at-home orders, which was tough. COVID is tough because as much as I was an introvert, I wanted to get away from my house. So I started doing private caregiving, and I've been doing that for about almost 2. In February will be 2 years I've been doing it. And it's nice because I kind of pick and choose the days I want to work and the shifts and the amount of hours I want to work in a day or in a week, which is nice. But so during that time of 2021, I went back to school in August of 2021. I went back to school and I graduated in May of 2022. And about almost 3 months after I have graduated, I get this job at a private doctor's office. So when they're private, there's not a lot of benefits that come with it because they are privately owned. So it's not like how Winco, when I worked at Winco, I had benefits. I had a 401k, I had retirement, but I left Winco, and so I had to kind of go back. I went back to school because I wanted to, do something with my life, and I went to school for the medical field. And right now, I'm kind of trying to look for my forever home in the medical field. So in August of 2022, I worked at a private doctor's office. He was internal medicine, and he treated me like garbage. Not just me, but his entire staff. It was a small little office, but he treated everyone poorly. And you know, there was not really great benefits that come with it. You know, if I was at Kaiser or Sutter, then I can, you know, move up. So I was there for about like literally 3 weeks, and I was like, I'm not learning anything. Whatever I'm doing in school, I don't get to do it here because he just had me do coding. And I didn't go to school for coding. I went to school for medical assisting. So if he wants a coder, he needs to hire someone to do the coding for him. But I'm fixing my hair. So I was like, oh, okay. So, you know, he was like, it's not going to work out. And I was just like, okay, motherfucker, you want me to work on my lunch and everything. So I was like, okay, whatever. I went back to the school. I didn't even bother putting him on my resume. So I sent out my resume to other places. And lo and behold, I applied at Golden Valley Health Center, where I am a patient too. But my time at Golden Valley, I got hired on in October, and my time there was horrific. I got treated like garbage. One of the providers almost hit me with her car. I thought she was giving me the right of way, so when I walked forward, she accelerated forward and almost hit me with her car. And the next day calls me stupid and tells me like I shouldn't further my career in the medical field because I don't have the brain capacity to do so. I have repeatedly reported this to the manager many times. Like, I was in her office in tears, and I'm not the one to complain about things and everything. She basically told me that the location on Monte Vista, she says, you give everyone a bad energy. So it's like, what kind of energy do I give off? I don't like being disrespected, especially if I'm being professional. I would like it for someone to be professional back. And I was like, okay, because Dr. Barr, the podiatrist there, said she didn't want to work with me. She met me for one day and that was it. She's never worked with me or anything. So, you know, this last Wednesday was my last day there, they told me that they were going to call HR. My temp agency was going to call HR, and that they were going to reach out to me and everything else. So, and right now I am looking for a job for what I went to school for. And, you know, I mean, there's some things I am working on myself. I am working on my time management. I'm working on my attitude. But, you know, wherever you go, I feel like no matter how hard you try, there's just people out there that are just haters. And they just want to be mean and bullies. And I got bullied because like I said, I'm very introverted and very quiet. And I would have someone tell me, are you upset? And I'm like, no, I just, like, if I look upset, it's because I have a resting bitch face. And I said, no, my face just rests like that. And, you know, I'm being told, like, well, try not to have your face rest like that. And I'm like, okay. Try doing your job, but that's never going to happen, huh? So, that is my time in my jobs. And I'm glad that I'm able to speak about my experience there. And I'm going to make another video for each one. So I'm just kind of giving you all a brief things of what has happened to me. So each job I've had, it's gonna be a separate video besides this. So I will I will talk to you all very soon. So hopefully I'll make another video tomorrow and try to upload it tomorrow night, or upload it on Monday. But I'll see how tomorrow is. So if tomorrow doesn't pan out, I'll probably upload it on either Sunday or Monday. I'll upload it. Okay, talk to y'all later. Bye.